Today we are really digging into something fundamental. It's about making your English sound, well, real. We're talking about mastering daily use sentences.
Mm-hmm. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Just sentences. But this is, like, the main hurdle for so many learners.
Right. You can know tons of words, but still freeze up.
Exactly. So our goal today is to help you move past just, vocabulary lists. We want to get you into actual fluent conversation.
We're tackling what our sources call the backbone of conversation, these daily use sentences. They're the things you say without thinking every single day.
Yeah, automatic responses, like little pre-packaged units of meaning. Your brain grabs the whole chunk.
Instead of building from scratch every single time.
Precisely. Forget the assembly line. Verb, subject, check grammar. It's too slow. These phrases are already made.
I like the analogy in the source about the bricks versus the wall.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
You have the bricks, the words, but you can't actually build the wall. You can't make a natural sentence like, hello, how are you? Flow.
You end up sounding hesitant, robotic maybe. The goal is automaticity, like driving a car.
Ah, right. At first, you think about every single step.
Clutch, gear, check the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then eventually you just drive. Daily sentences should feel like that.
You just speak. No conscious construction for common phrases.
Otherwise, the conversation just stalls. It's too much mental effort.
So, for you, the listener, what's the real payoff here? Is it just sounding more native?
Well, sounding native is part of it, sure. But the biggest thing is confidence, instantly.
Confidence. How so?
Because you're not constantly translating in your head. Someone says, how's it going? And bam, you understand the social meaning. You have a response ready.
You're not thinking, how is it going, literally?
Exactly. That reduction in mental load, that's what builds fluency. You feel capable, so you speak more. It's a positive cycle.
Okay, so these prepackaged units are clearly vital. Why is it so hard then? Why do people get stuck with just the individual words?
Well, there are a few common pitfalls. Some are about language difference. Others are more psychological.
Let's start with the language stuff. The direct translation trap.
Yes, that's a huge one. You take sentence structures or idioms from your native language and just map them onto English.
Which usually doesn't work at all.
Right, because languages aren't just codes for each other. They have different logic, different ways of structuring ideas.
Like the classic, I have hunger, instead of...
I am hungry. Exactly. That's a simple one, but imagine languages with totally different word order.
Like verb final languages, maybe?
Or languages where adjectives come after nouns consistently. If you force that structure onto English, it sounds, well, very unnatural. The car blew big is.
Even if you know car blew, big, and is.
Right. The syntax is wrong. Or idioms, translating it rains cats and dogs literally into another language. Total confusion.
So you have to accept the English phrase as a single, unchangeable unit, even if it feels weird based on your own language.
That's the cognitive leap, yes. You internalize the English pattern.
Okay, what's another common mistake? I see this one a lot. Memorization without context.
Oh, absolutely. Learning lists of sentences, 100 useful phrases, is almost pointless if you don't know when or how to use them.
It's that driving manual analogy again, isn't it?
Exactly. You read the manual, you know all the parts, but you have no idea how to actually drive in traffic, how to handle different situations.
Like using a super formal greeting with close friends.
Or the opposite, using slang in a business meeting, how do you do versus what's up? Same function, totally different context. Knowing the difference is fluency.
Syntax is everything.
Okay.
Then there's the psychological barrier. Perfection paralysis.
This one trips up so many people.
But wait, shouldn't learners aim for accuracy? Isn't perfection the goal?
It's a good question, but aiming for perfection in the moment often kills communication. Our sources are clear on this.
How so?
Learners get stuck, they pause, they overthink the grammar, search for the perfect word.
And the conversation moves on without them.
Exactly. Or they just stay silent. Daily sentences are tools for connection. A small mistake. Fine. Usually, people still understand you.
So speed and connection trump perfect grammar in real-time chat.
In most everyday situations, absolutely. Fluency means taking the risk to speak, even if it's not flawless. Communicate first, refine later.
Okay, one more hurdle. Pronunciation and intonation. This isn't just about the words themselves.
No, definitely not. Delivery changes everything. The how is as important as the what.
Like, you're welcome, said warmly versus sarcastically.
Precisely. Or take a simple statement. He finished the report.
Okay, factual.
Now, say it with a rising tone at the end. He finished the report.
Sounds like disbelief. or shock.
Right. Or say it flatly, maybe drop the tone at the end.
Boredom, resignation.
Exactly. The intonation carries so much emotional and functional information. When you learn these daily sentences, you have to learn the melody too, the rhythm.
Otherwise, even perfect grammar can sound wrong or send the wrong message.
It's the whole package: words, structure, and sound.
All right, so we know the problems. Translation traps, no context, fear of mistakes, ignoring intonation. Let's pivot. How do we fix this? What are the strategies for mastery?
Okay, solutions. First up, immersion and repetition. You got to surround yourself with English.
Podcast, TV, music. Listen, even passively.
Passive listening helps your brain absorb patterns, definitely. It starts to feel, familiar. But the sources stress active immersion too.
Meaning?
Don't just let it wash over you. When you hear a useful phrase or structure pop up again and again, grab it.
Like pause the show, write it down.
Yes. And then comes the repetition part. Say it out loud. Many times. Right away.
Like practicing scales on a piano.
Kind of, yeah. Or like practicing a song lyric until it sticks. You're moving it from your thinking brain to your speaking muscles.
Getting it into muscle memory, so it's automatic.
Exactly. Don't be shy. Walk around the house saying, could you pass the salt 10 times if you need to. It embeds the pattern.
Okay, that leads to the next tip, which takes repetition further. Mimicry for naturalness.
Yes. This is crucial, but often feels, well, awkward for learners.
I know, I always felt silly doing it, like I was doing a bad impression.
Yeah. That's common. But you have to push past that. Mimicry is about copying the music of the language, the rhythm, the speed, the ups and downs of intonation.
So not just the words, but how they say the words.
Precisely. Are they linking words together?
Yeah.
Using contractions? Speaking quickly? Copy that. It trains your mouth and ears simultaneously.
So if a native speaker says, gonna go now,
you practice saying gonna go now, not I am gonna go now. You mimic the natural connected sound. It's like acting.
wearing the language. I like that. Okay, next up, active learning tools. We can't just rely on listening and mimicking.
Right. We need structure. First, a language journal.
Simple enough. Write down new sentences.
But critically, also write down the context. Where did you hear it? Who said it? What was the situation?
So you avoid that memorization without context trap we talked about earlier.
Exactly. You anchor the phrase to its actual use case. And for pure memorization, good old flashcards.
Physical or digital?
Either works. English phrase on one side, maybe a picture or the situation on the other. But the real power tool here is spaced repetition.
Okay, explain spaced repetition again. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty simple, right?
Super simple concept, incredibly effective. You review information just before you're likely to forget it.
So you don't review everything every day?
No, that's inefficient. If you get a flashcard right today, maybe you wait 3 days to see it again. Get it right then. Wait a week. Then maybe 2 weeks, a month.
The interval gets longer each time you remember it correctly.
Precisely. It forces the information into your long-term memory by making your brain work a little harder to retrieve it each time. It feels like magic, but it's just how memory works.
Lots of apps do this automatically now, too.
Yes, makes it very easy to implement.
And the final strategy? The ultimate test. Real conversation.
All the prep leads here. You have to actually use the sentences.
Find a language partner, join a group, talk to your cat, talk to the mirror. Just speak.
Absolutely. This is where you test things out, make mistakes, get feedback. Even just noticing if people understand you easily is feedback.
And the big message here is, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to try. Every single native speaker made countless mistakes learning their language as a child. It's part of the process. Jump in.
Okay, great strategies. Now, let's get really practical. Let's talk about the actual sentences, the building blocks. What are the essential categories we need?
Right, let's break it down. Category A, greetings and introductions. The absolute basics.
Hello, how are you?
And the typical responses, I'm good, thanks, or doing well, how about you?
And this is where that social choreography idea comes in. Sentences come in pairs.
Yes, like a little script or a dance. You learn the call and response together. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. It needs to be automatic.
Exactly. Category B, asking for information, navigating the world.
This is about finding things, knowing the time, the cost.
Basic survival questions, often using we words. Where is the bathroom, station, whatever? What time is it? And the all-important.
How much does it cost? Can't live without that one.
Pretty much. But also, crucially, asking for clarity. What if you don't understand?
Ah, right. Don't just nod. Use phrases like,
Polite structures are best. Sorry, what do you mean? Or, Could you explain that again, please? Maybe I didn't quite catch that.
Using could or sorry softens it, keeps the conversation going smoothly.
Exactly. Which leads nicely into category C, making requests and offers. The politeness factor.
This feels very important in English. Using please and thank you and those modal verbs like could and would.
Essential. Direct commands can sound really abrupt or rude in English. Pass the salt is often too harsh.
But could you pass the salt, please? Is totally fine.
Completely normal and polite, it turns a demand into a cooperative request. Same for offers.
Like, can I help you? Or do you need a hand with that?
Or the very useful, let me know if you need anything. These signal helpfulness and approachability. They're key social tools.
Okay, category D, expressing opinions, agreeing and disagreeing. Sharing your thoughts, but also handling disagreement gracefully.
Right. For opinions, you use simple starter phrases. I think. In my opinion. Yeah. I feel that. These signal subjectivity.
And agreeing is easy. I agree. That's a good point. Absolutely.
But disagreeing, that requires more finesse, especially in professional or formal settings.
You can't just say, no, you're wrong. Well, you can, but
It might not go over well. Polite disagreement uses buffers. You acknowledge the other person's point first.
like, I see what you mean, but
Or that's an interesting perspective, however, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure I completely agree with that.
it softens the contradiction, protects the relationship while still allowing you to state your view.
Precisely. It's a crucial skill for navigating complex discussions.
And finally, category E, small talk and practical exchanges.
Ah, the glue of many casual interactions. Small talk isn't usually about deep meaning, right?
No, it's about connection. Simple, safe topics. How's the weather? Did you have a good weekend? How was your commute?
Low-stakes icebreakers. And then the very practical stuff, like ordering food.
Which involves specific structures. Can I get, or I'd like, followed by the item.
Can I get a latte, please? I'd like the chicken salad. And you need to anticipate the common follow-up questions.
Like, for here or to go?
That's a huge one. Learn that as a single unit. And when you're finished...
The bill, please. Or, can we get the check?
Exactly. Knowing these specific transactional phrases makes everyday life much, much smoother.
Okay, that covers the daily grind. But what about situations that are a bit more high stakes, where getting the language right feels more critical?
Right. Let's move into scenarios where clarity and precision are sometimes even more important. These can be real lifesavers, as the source puts it.
Scenario 1, asking for help when you genuinely need assistance.
You need to be clear, direct, but usually still polite. Could you help me, please? Is standard. Or I need some help with this.
And if you're lost, getting directions.
Specificity helps. Excuse me, I'm lost. Can you tell me how to get to? Or could you give me directions to the nearest?
Still using those polite modals like can and could.
Generally, yes. Even in a slightly stressful situation, politeness often gets you a better response.
That makes sense. Scenario 2, making suggestions and recommendations, proposing things, giving advice.
Here, the structure often invites agreement. Soft suggestions like, how about we? Or maybe we could.
How about we grab lunch? Maybe we could visit the museum later. It feels collaborative.
Exactly. It's not a command. And for recommendations, you state it clearly, but often frame it as personal experience or strong advice.
I recommend the pizza here. Or you should definitely try the coffee.
Right. Using recommend or should signals, you're giving advice based on your positive assessment.
Okay, travel. Scenario 3, checking into a hotel. Very common, very formulaic.
Absolutely. You need that opening line down cold. I have a reservation under the name Smith.
Having that ready makes you sound prepared and confident.
Yeah.
Reduces stress right away.
For sure. And then the key logistical questions you need to know.
What time is checkout?
Essential. And maybe, is breakfast included? Or does the room have Wi-Fi?
Knowing these standard hotel check-in questions as units just streamlines the whole process.
Totally. Avoids fumbling and confusion.
Right, the last one. Scenario 4, dealing with emergencies. Hopefully, never needed, but vital to know.
Yes, this is serious. And here, the language rules shift dramatically.
How so?
Politeness goes out the window. Forget, could you please? Clarity and speed are paramount. Use direct commands. Imperatives.
Like just shouting help.
Yes. Or call the police. Call an ambulance. No ambiguity.
Short, direct, actionable.
Exactly. For medical situations, I need a doctor. Where is the nearest hospital? Someone is hurt.
No time for hesitation or complex sentences.
None. The advice is always to try and stay calm, and having these basic emergency phrases memorized can actually help you do that because you know you can communicate the essential need.
Knowing them is preparedness. Being able to say them clearly is crucial.
Absolutely. Survival language.
Wow, okay. We've covered a huge amount today. The why behind daily sentences, the common mistakes, solid strategies to learn them, and all those practical categories and scenarios.
It really boils down to moving beyond individual words and embracing these larger chunks of language.
And remembering, as you said, it's a journey, not a race.
Definitely. Don't try to learn everything at once. Start small. Focus on the phrases you need most right now.
And practice consistently. Use those techniques like mimicry and spaced repetition.
Yes. The goal isn't instant perfection. It's steadily building towards speaking with, much more ease and confidence, getting to that point of automaticity.
Where you're not thinking about the language, you're just using it.
Exactly. Which leads us to our final thought, a little challenge for you, the listener.
Okay, what is it?
To make this practical, try this for the next week. Either actively try to use one new daily sentence you learned today in a real conversation or interaction. Or when you're listening to English podcasts, TV, whatever, make a conscious effort to notice and write down one new sentence structure that sounds really natural, one you haven't focused on before.
So turning passive consumption into active observation and application.
Precisely. That small daily focus on these complete units, these prepackaged phrases, will accelerate your fluency much faster than just memorizing vocabulary lists.
Become a language detective, noticing how native speakers actually build those walls.
That's the key. Keep practicing, keep noticing, and those units will start to flow.
Fantastic advice. Thank you for this deep dive today. Hopefully everyone listening feels a bit more equipped and confident to tackle English conversations.
My pleasure. Go out and use those sentences.